Hey everyone, it's Libby from Master Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and absolute huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Just feeling a little bit heavy after that seal reading, but we shall continue on. I have saged after both Myanmar and the seals, so let's see how we go to clear the energies. What I want to have a look at today is, in this particular reading, is I'm going to have a look at, North Carolina in relation to two aspects. I was going to do them separately, but I realised that they're both North Carolina, so let's do them together. What I have got here is that there has been a Republican challenge brought by Republicans, and there has been a SCOTUS challenge brought by Republicans in North Carolina. I'm not sure by whom. I'm assuming by some Republican representatives on the state level, brought to the SCOTUS in regards to the district gerrymandering. So what has happened, or it may have, I don't know who was trying to do it. Anyhow, so, yes, by the governor. Thank you. By the governor. Yes. Okay. That's just what I'm being told. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, start again. The governor of a governor and GOP representatives, Republican representatives in North Carolina have brought a case to the SCOTUS. They tried to redraw the bound district lines for to the midterm elections to try and make North Carolina, the boys were having a little sparkle at me, to try and redraw the lines of North Carolina to influence the midterm elections. However, that was blocked by the Democratic State Supreme Court. I gather it's a more of a Democratic-based one. Yep, the boys are having a little sparkle at me. So the Supreme Court in the state blocked it. So what's happened is that the GOP representatives have taken a case to the Supreme Court to say, hey, we're the elected representatives, we should be able to do what we want, and it shouldn't be able to be overruled by the Supreme Court. So I am going... Sorry for that convoluted explanation. Just had to get it straight in my own mind. So the ruling will be, it's due to be heard on Wednesday, and the ruling will be whether the politicians can redraw districting lines without the districts, without the checks and balances of the courts coming into play, without the legalities coming into play. Gee, shock, horror, legalities. So whether the politicians should have free rein at being able to gerrymander at their will. Okay, so let's have a look. It's coming on Wednesday. Goodness me, this deck's having a rough life. Let's have a look. These are my mystical manga cards that I use for political readings. Might have to buy a new deck shortly, but tell me about this court case that's going to the SCOTUS, brought by the Republicans in North Carolina, about redistricting. They want to bypass the legalities. They want to be able to do what they want in regards to redistricting. Tell me, is it going to pass the Supreme Court? Have a look. Well, I'd say that's a no, dead in the water, but we'll keep going with the reading. Ten of Swords, no. The legal and truth are going to win out, so I'll say no. Challenged by strength of the legal system. I think the Supreme Court are going to hold up the state Supreme Court. So the federal Supreme Court are going to hold up the state Supreme Court. At the base we have, this is about the insecurity. So this is basically the Republicans know that they can't win without without cheating, basically, about insecurity. But at the moment, the cards are being played close to the chest by those on the Supreme Court. They're hearing this on Wednesday. But what I'm getting is, yep, they're going to hold on to what is actually precious, and that is the legal. So I'm pretty sure it's going to stand. Entertainment only. At the in the past, we have the voter. We have the voter. This is about protecting the rights of the voter. And the voter, it doesn't get any clearer than that. Protecting the rights of the voter. I think the Supreme Court see what bread their butter's on, what side their bread is buttered on. Crowning the reading, we have unity of diversity, a coming together and an ending of this cycle. So an ending of it's literally an ending of this cycle, but they're holding the world in their hands, all the cogs around them. I think it's going to hold. This is the end of a cycle, and I have read before on the fact that at a federal level they're basically going to within the next couple of major election cycles, there is going to be a change to the electoral system where it is going to be independently drawn up, and I think a few states have that already, and the remaining states are going to be brought under that umbrella. So this is the end of a cycle. This is the end of the gaslighting and gerrymandering cycle. Immediate future, Page of Wands, message being brought forward of planning, passion, communication. It is only a page. It is just the start of this process. Externally, there's going to be heartbreak, despair, loss, divorce. And I think this is on the Republicans that brought this case. They're going to find that the truth is going to literally pierce them in the heart, internally. Burden. But it's also a 10. It is an ending of a cycle. And she does present this one wand that the Page of Wands is also presenting. Internally. Put the message over your shoulder and presenting this one wand. Again, another 10. What was that one? Was that a 10? Yes. This is so all the 10s are in play. This is very much about an end of a cycle, and it's the end of the gerrymandering. It's an end of this unbalanced redistricting. I'm going to say that the SCOTUS are going to uphold the state Supreme Court in that they're going to uphold it, and this is an ending of this cycle of blatant winning by cheating, as the country moves forward from this old person energy through the archway into a new beginning. So we've got all the 10s in play in regards to this, and it is very much about a new ending of a cycle. Independence here, the gilded cage. See where this leads. However, okay. I don't know what it's like in North Carolina, but this to me is the Republicans in North Carolina in their gilded cage, not being able to, not listening to the people. They've got their money, they've got their wealth, they've got their luxury, and it's all about hanging on to that, and they're actually just listening to the little bird there. The little bird that tells them what they want to hear. And so these are the Republicans, but we are in this new emotional beginning, the Star of Hope. Yep, and the Star of Hope. At the base we've got this King of Coins energy, which is this far-right, the wealth that they have made off North Carolina. The North Carolina is just, it's not a wealthy state, but they want to hang on to their money making basically. However, we are at this new start under the Biden administration as these circles of support come together. Actually, I'll just have a quick look with pendulum as well, just to confirm. I know, sorry, pop you up and down like a rabbit. Here we go. Let's have a look. Can I ask please? Can I ask please? Is the Supreme Court going to uphold the North Carolina State Supreme Court ruling on redistricting? And that's a yes. Just to confirm, can I ask a question? Will the Republican challenge be successful? And that's a no. Okay. I'm going to call that the Supreme Court is on Wednesday. Everything crossed, because it will be a catalyst moment in regards to sorry. Oh, it'd be nice to have a camera overhead, but I think that would be even worse with the way I operate. Yeah, the Supreme Court is what I'm getting, is the Supreme Court is going to uphold the state Supreme Court in regards to the attempted redrawing of the electoral boundaries in North Carolina. Okay, on that same topic, while we stay in North Carolina, I'm going to have a quick look at the Moore County. What happened was there were several substations intentionally attacked and sabotaged in Moore County, North Carolina, by somebody who knew what they were doing. So we'll see where that leads. There's a lot of speculation on social media at the moment why these substations were attacked. One of them is linking it to a drag show or a drag queen competition that was being held in the state. However, the FBI are now involved. North Carolina, and I hope those who undertook this attack are fully aware of this, or they will be shortly. In North Carolina, they have a felony law for murder, which means if you undertake an activity that causes the death of somebody else, you can be charged with a felony law of murder in North Carolina. Very serious. Now, apparently the majority, or the average age, can't remember what it is, in this particular area was over 65. The average age is over 65. So these are vulnerable people in a county that is undergoing freezing temperatures at the moment. So if anybody dies, and there are tens of thousands of people that have been affected by this, if anybody dies in regards to this, and the FBI catch who does it, and trust me, they will. God, where did that come from? Okay, I'll check with the cards that they will, and pendulum. They can be charged with murder. So let's have a look at this. I'll just use pendulum first, then move to the cards. Oh, getting awful. For a hot day, I'm getting freezing cold chills up and down my legs. Okay, can I ask a question, please, guys? Can I ask a question? Will the FBI catch who sabotaged these substations in Moore County, North Carolina? Will the FBI catch them? Yes. That's a yes. Just going to ask, was this attack linked somehow to the drag queen competition? No, we can dispel that myth. Was this attack somehow linked to the increase in renewable energies? And that's a yes. Now, the reason I ask that is the guys gave me a download that this was an attack on the system to try and force the, how do I put this, boys? To force, to show, yeah, I'm getting sparklies in my eyes when I close my eyes, to force people to think, to be reliant on the fossil fuel industry. Does that make sense? I'm trying to interpret what they've said. What they've basically dumped on me is that they are making a statement that people are reliant on fossil fuels, especially in these freezing times. If we disrupt the fossil fuel grid, it will. They're trying to motivate. I know, guys. They're coming at me, and I'm trying to explain what they're trying to get across. But I think you know what they're trying to get across. It's about they're trying to draw attention to unreliability of renewables. And yeah, the boys are flashing at me in the background to say, you got it, the unreliability of renewables. However, what the reaction has been is that it's a realization that the unreliability of the old fossil grid is what is actually being exposed. So a lot of people on social media going, well, this just proves we need to have smaller grids of sustainables. I think the example I saw was if you have a subdivision of 100 new lots, and on 99 of the lots houses are built, and on the 100th lot you have a storage facility for renewables. So everybody in those 99 lots are putting renewable energy into that storage to draw on when they require it, and any excess goes to the grid. But if the grid itself is down, that one facility, storage facility, can have a energy venting. Does that make sense? Okay, let's have a look. And so what it is, it's actually forcing people to consider renewables, which is really interesting. But let's have a look. Tell me about this sabotage, this intentional sabotage. Tell me about this intentional sabotage. Was it to try and force people's opinions regarding needing fossil fuel? It's what I'm getting. It's what I'm getting. Tell me about what will come out of this intentional sabotage of the Moore County substations. Tell me what will come out of this. Okay, let's have a look. A harsh truth being brought forward. I mean, it can't be any more clear than that. Sorry, I'll just bring you up ever so slightly. A harsh truth being thrust upon us, or upon those of Moore County at the moment. They're just trying to get through this, or have gotten through it. I don't know whether it's back up and running. But it's the truth of movement forward. It's not about going backwards. It's a truth about the unreliability, what it's brought forward. And I know it wasn't the intention. That's what my guides are telling me. It wasn't the intention, but what has actually come out of this is this harsh truth about the unreliability of the fossil fuel grid. That's what's actually coming out of it. A harsh truth of facing, oh gosh. For an instant there, that horse looked incredibly shaggy. It's not, but that was what I saw flash before me. And if you know horses, you know that in winter, if horses aren't really well rugged and kept in stables, they become incredibly shaggy with their winter coat. So yeah, that's what this has actually caused. What's going to come out of it? Packing up the swords of truth and moving towards a new horizon. So that's it. This is not the intention of those that sabotaged it, but this is what's coming out of it, is that the taking of truth, reality, science and wisdom and moving towards this new horizon. And we've got the sun here. The energy from the sun, solar. Now, renewables, I know I'm preaching to the converted here, but I'll get on my soapbox for a moment and have a quacker blather. Those who know, who understand how renewables work, know it's not just reliant on solar. It's a combination of sun, wind, hydro, and repumped hydro is storage. Storage is not just battery. There are so many storage options. One of them is the repumped hydro. One of them are heat bricks, batteries, you name it. But there's also thermal can be used for energy. But there are wave technology, you name it. There are so many technology advancements in creating renewable energy, and there are so many ways to actually store it. So I'll get off my soapbox. We're not just reliant on a coal-powered or a gas-powered station, electricity station. So this is, yeah, again, another night. Slow, steady progress forward to offer security. Security, yeah, this is all about electricity security, and it is about progress forward. In the past, 3 of Wands, so this is about bringing the ship in. This is what's going to come out of it. This is not what actually happened. This is about bringing the ship into harbour. And I'm talking about renewables here. It is bringing it's reinforcing the need for them. At the top we have the birth of something new that is going to bring abundance. Now, I don't know if North Carolina is perfectly situated for being a renewable energy hub. I don't know. But this is about okay, thank you guys. This is about the birth of something new that is protective of Mother Earth, that will bring abundance. So I'm sorry, whoever did this have failed spectacularly. Again, the third night. It's all about messaging coming forward, and this is about rapid forward movement, inspired forward movement, with passion and planning. But yeah, a passionate plan. What I think is going to come out of this is there are going to be stories of those who didn't lose their power because they have their solar panels and their charged EV, and their solar panels have charged their EV, and their EV can then supply the house with electricity for up to 3 days, and they're going to actually sail through it. So these really powerful messages are going to come out externally. The destruction of something old so something new can be rebuilt. Does it need further explanation? Internally, Queen of Pentacles, security, domestic security, security for both Mother Earth and the health of its inhabitants. Internally, abundance in the harvest, compassion, health, wealth, compassion, but mainly this is bringing forward this security of the electricity grid. At the moment, North Carolina and the world and the United States is at this crossroads. However, the only illuminated road forward at the moment, and it is again a Pentacles, this is about security, energy security. The only illuminated road is illuminated by the sun. By the sun. So this is about renewables. Crossroads for renewables. Okay, going forward, temperance, balance, moderation. Yeah, and I love the wildflower field she is standing in. It is going to happen really quickly. These messages about who actually sailed through these power cuts is going to come out quickly. Needs to be picked up by the media. Please do so, media, or at least social media, and repeat it again and again. But this is about rapid change coming forward. Oh goodness, I'm just noticing there's 3 major arcana here, and they're all incredibly positive major arcana. The Chariot's also about learning as you go, as you move forward. So learning how to control the forward movement as you do it. Page of Pentacles, dream big and work hard, and the youth are going to push this. Again, carrying the sword of security. We have the Lovers, another major arcana here. This is about an imbalance of power that is becoming balanced. So this is the old patriarchal way being overcome's not the right word. Being consumed is not the right word. What is the word I'm after, guys? But you have this feminine energy, softer feminine energy behind that is becoming the driving force in regards to this. And here we have choices needing to be made, and we have this new start in regards to the electricity grid. Another couple of major arcana. The High Priestess, there is this power in the background that is yet to come to fruition, yet to be revealed. But this is a time of change, the ending of the new, the old, starting of the new, with strength. With strength. At the base, we have another major arcana, Judgment, an inevitable ending of the fossil industry, a collective awakening to the way, literally, those who survived through this, a solid foundation being laid, being worked upon, the retreat of this fossil industry as there is this battle going on, literally good versus evil over what is precious, which is the rose and the cloche, over the health of our earth and moving forward. Now I'm just going to have a quick look with pendulum just to double check something, couple of things, and then we'll wrap this reading up. I'm actually quite excited about this. Okay. Oh, hey guys, can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question? Was this sabotage attack instigated by those in the fossil industry? And that's a yes. Can I ask a question? Was their intention to emphasize reliance on the fossil industry? Was their intention to emphasize a reliance on the fossil industry? That's a yes. Can I ask a question? However, is this going to backfire on them? Is this going to backfire on them? Yes. Can I ask a question? I tend to ask yes questions. I should ask more no questions, but I don't like no questions. I like yes questions. Is this going to, how do I put it? Is this going to make the move to renewables go quicker? Is this going to enhance the, the boys know what I'm wanting to ask. It's actually going to accelerate. Yeah, that was the question. The accelerate towards renewables and storage. And that's a yes. Okay. So, the FBI will get their people. It's going to backfire as the stories come out about those who have renewables or are connected to renewables or off-grid. I mean, the off-grid people wouldn't have felt a thing. I remember when we were on farm, we had solar panels and batteries, and the amount of times I got calls from the neighbours going, is your power out as well? And I'd go, let me check. And the only reason, because this is at night time, the only reason we knew the power was out because the oven light would go out. That was the only way we knew, because the oven draws so much power. The oven was not connected to the batteries, so that the battery power lasted longer, and that's the only reason we knew that the power wasn't out. So yeah, it's going to backfire on the those that intended, and yes, the FBI are going to get their man. So thank you for joining me. That was a couple of North Carolina questions, and I shall catch you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay sane, stay warm if you can. Check on your neighbours. If you need to invite people into your home for a short period of time, please do so, just to ensure that the community is kept well. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.